Creep Night, sure to send a chill down your spine. Welcome to Creep Night. Getting famous can be a fun, exciting thing. Sometimes it can be very dangerous, especially when a fan becomes too obsessed. One content maker is going to find that out the hard way. My name is Samantha. My dream was always to become a content maker and to upload as many videos as I possibly could because I wanted to become famous, like so many others had. I slowly built up my channel and even began to get fans. In the process, my channel became a huge hit, and one day, I got a new fan. Now, I usually let all my fans know how much I appreciate them, and I thank all of them and the new subscribers for joining my channel. I reached out to the new subscriber named LaughSmile11.
This is so cool. I've never had a content maker reach out to me before.
I smiled, feeling pretty good about the comment, but I would soon regret that a week or two later. My day started out normal. I wrote my stories and began to record them. I waited until Friday to post the new video, until I got a message from Laugh_Smile11.
Hey, beautiful. I thought I'd reach out to you.
I felt uncomfortable with the weird comment. I didn't mind if someone said something nice about one of my videos, but this began to creep me out. After I didn't comment back, I noticed an hour later I had 15 new messages that read,
"So I'm not good enough for you to answer me? You're just like all the others. How dare you ignore me? I'm going to make you regret this.
Just so you know, Samantha, you should be more careful of where you film at." I continued to read the sick, deranged person's comments, and even that weird wink they had sent me. I could not help but feel creeped out. I'd been warned about weirdos on the internet. I really wish I had listened better, but I was determined not to let this creep stop me from doing what I loved to do. So I blocked him and removed all of their comments. You would think after I blocked that creep that things would get better. They didn't, because a day later, I could see the creep I blocked was back on the subscribers list with a message again from them. "You thought you could get rid of me?" I grew irritated and replied angrily, "Leave me alone, you creep, or I will report you, and you will be banned from this site." My threat of getting them banned didn't seem to faze them. They continued to message me even more. "Go ahead. I know where you live and could come and see you any day now. Then what will you do? Can't block me from the real world." I did not reply. I did not want to egg this freak on. I reported them to the site and got them banned. I felt victorious for this and even smiled thinking I had won. Oh boy, was I wrong. My phone started buzzing. I looked up at my phone to see an unknown number calling me. Anyone who knows me knows I don't answer unknown numbers or private ones because you never know who could be at the end of that line. I swiped reject, and a few moments later I got a voicemail. I clicked on it and listened to it.
"That was very rude of you. Considering I'm your #1 fan, you should have more respect for those who listen and watch your stuff. I think I'll come and teach you a lesson in person. By the way, you have a pretty house." My face felt flushed. My heart started to beat uncontrollably. And I even began shaking at the thought that this creep not only knew where I lived, but was looking at my house as we spoke. I called the police, and they told me that they would be on their way in the meantime. I had to make sure all of the windows and doors were locked, but by the time I got to the last window, I heard a shatter in the distance. I ran into the kitchen and grabbed a butcher knife. I could hear footsteps slamming onto my living floor, and a loud man's voice calling out to me, "Samantha! Oh, Samantha! I have arrived, my darling."
I did not dare speak. I was hoping for more time to get away, but it was clear I would have to fight. The man's footsteps grew closer to the kitchen, and I could see a tall, thin man walk in. His long, ragged black hair slung over his face. The man looked deranged and smiled. His smile told me all I needed to know.
Aren't you happy to see your number one fan? Look, I even got a tattoo of your logo.
I looked at him wide-eyed, stared. To be honest, I was scared and shocked. I was even disgusted that this creep would go this far. You're sick! I shouted.
Sick? Oh no, Samantha, I'm not sick. I'm your number one fan.
You better get out of here. You better get out of here if the police are coming. The threat of the police coming didn't faze him either. He stepped closer to me. I held the knife in front of me. Don't make me hurt you, I screamed at the man, but again, it didn't faze him. He came closer and closer to the point where I began to slash the knife at him. I hit him direct on his arm as he reached out to grab me. I continued to slash at him again until he began to back away. He looked at me with wide, angry eyes and shouted at me,
"This is no way to treat your number one fan!"
I could hear the sirens of the cops' cars arriving at my house. The first officer knocked on the door. "Help! Help!" I shouted, and the cops busted the door down and raced into the kitchen. They tackled the man and handcuffed him. All the man could do was smile a wide grin at me as the cops took him away. It was a week later that I learned that that creep planned on killing me and taking over my channel. He was so obsessed with me that he wanted to be me. And now I'm careful with who I interact with on the internet. It's a horrifying thought that someone could get so obsessed that they would literally want to be you. Be careful of who you interact with online. You never know who is sitting behind that screen. Thank you for listening to Creep Night.